Hi guys. I really don't want to get into this video with bad energy, but here's the thing. I've been recording for an hour on my phone because my camera wasn't charged and everything was deleted from my phone. But I think it was a good thing honestly because I was a bit out of shape. Hi, by the way. Welcome back to another video. I was filming by my stash. It was gorgeous lighting. It is later right now, and all of my yarn is on the floor and not in my shelf, but it's fine. Today we're gonna talk about what I have in my stash because I've decided to not buy any more yarn. And I know, okay, I know I've said that before, but I didn't really mean it. Basically, when I've had used up some yarn in my stash before, I bought new yarn just to fill up my cabinet. Not just buying yarn, I've been looking at patterns that I want to make with new yarn just to fill up my cabinet because I think it looks pretty. But I don't want to do that anymore. So my plan is to knit up my stash partially, whatever, as much as I can, at least with the summer yarns that I have, and not buy any more yarn this summer. I cannot keep any promises, but I do have enough to work with at the moment. So what we're gonna do is go through what I have in my stash. You've seen my stash a lot of times, but it's a bit different today. I have spent hours and hours on Ravelry. I love Ravelry. I didn't understand it at first. I didn't understand it at first, but now I love it. I spend hours on that site just looking for patterns at people's projects. It's so much fun. So I've written down all the yarns that I have in my stash and what I plan to make with it. So I thought we would get through it. I'm starting from the ground up. We were going through my cabinet, but right now all the yarn is on the floor. So that's why we're sitting down right now. Are we just gonna get into it? I think so. Yeah, the first yarn that I want to show is these skeins of Drops Kid Silk that I have in the color, give me a sec, color 19. You've seen me talk about this before. I bought 7 skeins of this to use for the Souffle top by Laura Penrose. I was about to say, that's not Penrose Knits, Laura. She released that pattern. How long has it been? I don't remember. I bought the pattern and I was planning on making it, but here's the thing. I don't have a lot of good experience knitting with only mohair. And this week I also tried to, if you remember my sweater number 1 that was made with 2 strands of mohair, I've been doing a lot of mending this week, so like a lot of sewing, frogging things, yeah, doing things that you kind of don't want to do, but it's been a lot of fun. And I decided to fix the tight bind off on my sweater number 1, and it went okay until I found a scissor and thought that would help me. I feel really guilty about saying this because I don't want to seem like a person who wastes yarn, but I did have to throw the sweater away, and I'm really sad about it because I remember buying that yarn on sale from Passion's Gone, and it's sad, but half of the sweater was just knots, and I tried my best for 2 hours, but my sweater number 1 is in the trash. So I'm just quite nervous. The Souffle has this beautiful ruffle. I know I can make it, but at the moment I'm not ready to knit with only mohair again. I will say I have been wearing a lot of mohair recently. My slipovers that I've made with mohair. You know I love mohair. But it is getting too warm to wear mohair. I'm gonna save this yarn until the fall. So maybe I'll make the souffle with it then, because I really want the finished project. I love the souffle top. It has everything that I like. I just don't know if I want to knit it. So if anyone else want to make me one, hey, come on, no. So what I did, I had 7 skeins of this, and I ended up buying 2 more. The color the color lots are quite different. I don't know if you can tell, but I think it's gonna be fine if I just mix it up. Because, as you may know, I've fallen in love with the sweater number 14 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. And that sweater calls for 2 strands of mohair mixed with a merino yarn. It's gorgeous. So while I was looking at it for an entire week because I became obsessed with it. I realized that it's going to be quite an expensive sweater. I'm not going to make it right now either, so I don't know why I was thinking that. So what I did was I only bought 2 skeins more, so I only had to buy a strand of merino with it. It doesn't matter. This product, even if it's going to be the souffle or the sweater number 14, it's going to be later in the fall. So this yarn I will still keep in my stash during the summer, so I won't knit that up. But yeah, those are the 2 projects I'm planning on making with that. And then maybe we should just go through my mohair things first. Let's just get the mohair out of the way. In the last podcast, I showed you a whip, which is the Novice cardigan mohair edition. I bought this beautiful tin silk mohair. I'm staring at you over it. In the color, what is it? 5835. I bought it on sale, and I ended up buying this Drops Flora to pair with this to make the Novice cardigan mohair edition. And when I started the cardigan, I didn't have a lot of things to knit on, so I decided to just cast it on. Yeah, I made a lot of progress on it, let it rest for a while, and then I picked it up before the podcast, just so I could split for the sleeves, so you guys could see more of what it was gonna look like. But after that podcast, it's been sitting in my project bag again, and I just feel like the yarn is way too pretty to be in that cardigan. I think I want to see it in more of a pretty sweater. So I did end up unraveling that sweater. I will say unraveling with mohair is way easier when you have a second strand of something like this. Not just only mohair, it's way easier for some reason. And I also hadn't bound off any part of the cardigan, so it was still on the needle, so it was quite easy to unravel that. So this is also gonna wait until the fall, and what I'm thinking I'll make with this right now is the Sunday sweater mohair edition. I'm in love with the Sunday sweater. The only thing that's making me not want to do it is because I have a blue Sunday dress, but I don't think it'll matter. I wore the Sunday dress a couple of days ago and I was sweating. It was so warm, so I wouldn't mind having like a thinner sweater version of it, but that's what I'm planning. Woo. So I will say something that may only be shocking to me, but I kind of don't want to say it because I might have to eat my words up, but I don't think so. Okay. My slipover era is over. I don't want to make any more slipovers. I still enjoy the process a lot. I have noticed by making a lot of slipovers that I love not just working in the round. I do like working back and forth. Not so much that I want to make a cardigan, not at all. But I really like the process of knitting back and forth and then connecting to work in the round. I love it a lot. I am insanely tired of doing the armhole ribbing though. I am very fond of making the neckline. Picking up stitches is quite fun, but doing it, I don't like doing armholes because I always get different stitch counts for, it's over. So yeah, I did have, this yarn has been through a lot. I feel like if you've watched me before, if you haven't, I don't know why you're still there. Kidding. I bought this yarn for a baby knit for my, I bought this on sale from Gontua, and it was gonna be a baby knit. I've used another yarn for that because I decided I wanted to make something for myself with it. And it's strange because I'm not a fan of purple, but I guess I am because I keep buying purple yarn. So what I did, on an impulse buy, can you see that? Impulse shop, one late night, I found this mohair on sale online. I think it's almost the exact same color. I could be wrong. This purple Sunday is in the color 50, 52. And this mohair is in the color 5043. I just realized this is what I made the sweater #1 with. I'm really sad about throwing that away. It's honestly hurting me because it's a lot of mohair that I could use. Anyway. So yeah, I was planning on making a slipover with this, but now I have changed my mind. Also, not just because I'm tired of doing armholes. I have a lot of slipovers now and I don't think I need any more. I would honestly need like a white one. Yeah, what I'm thinking of making with this instead, this has taken a lot of Ravelry searching to find something. There is a sweater, no, a shirt that I've been looking at a lot just when searching for summer knits to make, because I really like the design, and it's the Colette tee by Vittre Design, and that uses a DK weight and a fingering, and a mohair is a DK weight together. That is more of a summer top, so she's made it with cotton, but I'm thinking of using this. I've made a swatch, so I think I'll be casting this on soon. It is a simple raglan t-shirt, and it will be too warm for me to wear in the summer because it's wool and mohair. But I'm just kind of in the mood to make it, and I honestly feel like on a rainy day or just like driving around, I could still wear it during summer. We'll see. But yeah, I will make that instead of a slipover with this. I would use it for a sweater and match Kalila with her caramel sweater, but I don't have enough yarn and we're not going to buy any more. So that's what I'm planning to make with that. And that's all the mohair that I have in stash. I used up everything else, and I guess I won't be buying mohair until fall again. That's sad. Yeah. And now we're moving in more to the summer knits that I have planned. But before that, I want to show you something quickly that is not something I'm planning to get rid of out of my stash. It is something I plan on keeping for a while, partly because the yarns are super pretty, and it's sock yarns, and I don't feel stressed to use them up. I think it's quite nice to have sock yarns just laying around. I'm going to get a tattoo this summer in another town, and I'm thinking of making a pair of socks for the tattoo artist because she seems really sweet. And I think it would just be nice, and then I can just pick a sock set, and if someone says it's their birthday in 2 weeks, I can just take one of these and crank out a pair of socks. So I'm not stressed about using this, and yeah. Do you want to, I think you guys have seen them before, but I think we could go through them anyway. This was a gift. I live in Sweden, so these yarns are not very easy for me to get a hold of. We do have indie dyers in Sweden and Scandinavia, of course, but since I watch a lot of American podcasts, American YouTubers, and also English people, they all buy super cute hand-dyed yarns. So Kalila and Akila and Malika gave me these this fall, and this is one from Sorella in the color Videri something, super pretty. I will say, when I was filming on my phone earlier, the camera picked up the colors way more than now. But this is in the color April something. I think it's April Showers. April Showers. And then we have this sock yarn from Teeny Button in the color Haunted Greenhouse. Very pretty, very green. Candy Crush by Teeny Button again. stitched together in the color Irresistible. Iris as the name and Irresistible. And my favorite out of all the sock yarns that I've received, so I'm saving this. And I'm not very fond of the feeling of knitted socks. I think it's quite uncomfortable on my feet. I can't explain it. So I'll mostly make socks as gifts, I think, because I enjoy the process, especially when I've been like in the car or in the doctor's office. It's been really nice to knit on a pair of socks. So yeah, but these ones I will make a pair for myself because I love this yarn. It's in the color Soggy Bottom, same. And lastly, we have this sock set from Kenny Yarn in the color, what does it say? Can you see that? USA gold. Of course, American flag. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Gold medal, I guess, American flag. That's what I have. 4th of July socks. I don't know. With those sock yarns, they also sent me this beautiful Sorella yarn, and every time I pick something out of my stash, I stare at this for a little bit. They got me this to make the October sweater, which is really sweet. And now that I've done a 4 out of 5 difficulty project by Petit-Knit, I think I could handle making the October sweater this fall. But I also enjoyed the chestnut sweater a lot, actually, and I think the construction, I've made it before. It kind of feels like it's like a slip-over construction. If you've done the chestnut sweater, let me know if that's the case. So I'll either make the chestnut sweater with this or the October sweater. But it's gonna have to wait until this fall because I really want to get a super nice mohair with this, and there's no reason for me to make a mohair sweater right now. I'd rather be really excited for this fall and paired with like a Knitting for Olive mohair or Tilia or the other one by Jensen or something. We do have some more things to get through before talking about summer knits. This video is quite strange. It's both going through my stash, seeing what I have, what I'm planning on making with it, and I've tried to focus on making summer patterns, like looking at summer patterns for the yarns, but like mohair things, it's not easy because I won't be able to wear it during the summer anyway. But now we're moving into more of the summer knits that I'm planning on making, but I want to get rid of a couple of more things. It's this yarn that I have left over from my typical slip over, my test knit. It's Drops Flora in the color 16 and Knitting for Olive Knitting for Olive mohair in the color Dusty Artichoke. I sell yarn every month from a site called Tradera. My name is Ali Lindas there. I forgot your name, I'm so sorry. There's this one girl who has reached out and told me to tell her when I sell my yarn. But I don't know if I think only people from Sweden can buy from there. I don't know. But I do sell yarn every month, and I try to make like a really cute package and send a note and some candy with it. So yeah, basically if I have stuff left over like this, I'm gonna sell it at the end of the month. But this is just such a pretty combination, so I'm thinking of making an also have with this during winter. I am nervous though. Isn't mohair gonna be itchy on my forehead? I don't know, but probably an also have with this. And I also have this single skein of Sunday that I bought on sale in the color 1031, and I'm just gonna buy a mohair with this and make another also have this winter. And then I also have this one skein of Fru Valborg yarn left over from my weekend v-neck slipover. I've been thinking of like giving this away somehow in a giveaway or something, but it feels really wrong. Like here's, like I haven't bought something new. I don't know. I'm keeping this on my shelf for now because I don't have a lot of hanks and I think it looks pretty. But I'll probably sell this at the end of the month when I sell my yarn. But yeah, keep your eyes out on Tradera if you want to buy yarn for me. Now we have another little yarn. This I bought very recently because with this it's recycled cotton. I don't know what type of yarn this is, but this is more like homeware. I don't know if you can tell. And I bought this specifically to make the typical tissue box by Typical Bliss. She has been teasing that pattern. It's a crochet pattern. And now I think we're moving into the summer knits. And that's fun. Very fun. I bought this drop spell. I will say, when I usually buy drops, I buy from the website Gonius, and it's a Norwegian website, I think. They always have drops on sale. I really want to get away from buying drops, but I'm not that rich. Shh, got a secret. Can you keep it for this one? I bought this drop spell. I bought it together with white drop spell that I made the Anchor Summer shirt with. My camera's gonna die. I'm just gonna pause. Love you guys. Okay, no. I bought this brown drop spell. It is ugly. I buy it from Gonius, and I feel like the colors are never quite accurate, which is totally fine. This, I just think it's ugly. I did make a swatch. I'll talk more about the swatch. I bought 12 skeins. I only have 11 now because while swatching I used up an entire skein of yarn because I had some issues. But it does look a bit better knitted up. And I think I'm just thinking too much about it. But what I'm planning to make with all of this is the Nordic summer dress by Vitre Design. I'm not having good vibes from it right now because I did buy the pattern a while back and I was a bit confused. But I think when I sit down to knit on it, it's going to be clear. The dress is worked bottom up, which I've never done before. I think it's going to be fine. But that's one thing that I'm nervous about. And then also it's used with 7mm needles. I might even have to go up to an 8mm. I'll make another swatch and see. And I'm just worried for my wrists and hands because I do notice a lot of pain. I made the Sunday dress with 7mm needles and I did have pain for like 2 weeks after that. One of the reasons may be because I finished the dress in like 1 week and didn't take any breaks. So that's one of the reasons as well. But I do know that I'll wear this dress a lot after I've made it. So I think it's just gonna have to become a bit warmer because it's rainy outside right now and it's not very cute. And I'll be very excited about this. I think this is kind of like the souffle. I really want the finished product, but maybe not knit it. But that's one of the big things that I will make this summer. Another thing, beautiful yarn, absolutely beautiful yarn. This is Noro Kakigori. I've had 2 skeins before and I received those skeins as a gift together with the hand-dyed yarn. And I've used up both of them. One for a shirt that I made for Malika for her birthday, and one for the typical slipover test knit. And before I had used them up, I loved looking at my yarn. I've stored my yarn on shelves and different things. Right now I have my cabinet that I'm in love with, and no matter how my storage looked like, the Kakigori looked so pretty. So when I had used up my last skein of Kakigori, I thought that my shelf looked ugly. So I saw a Swedish website that had this and I bought it specifically to keep on my shelf for a while. And don't do that. Don't be like me, please. We're trying to get away from that. But now that I've been looking at it so much, this is kind of like the silk sock color in the color S1. This is also in the color 1. And while I do want to keep this on my shelf for a while longer, because maybe I'll buy another one. I can't trust myself when I've used this. But it is super pretty. And what I'm thinking of making with this is either another Colette see. I don't have enough yardage, but maybe if we'll see. But also the Vegas top on Ravelry. As soon as I get away from petite knit patterns, I get a bit worried. Also because the Ravelry description it's written in German, I think. It is an English pattern, but I did see High Fiber Knits make the Vegas top, and I don't remember her expressing anything bad about the pattern, except that it isn't size inclusive, which is extremely bad. But yeah, I think I'll make that with this. We'll see. I want to keep this for a while on my shelf, so it's gonna probably be in the middle of summer if I'm making something with it. But yeah, that's my entire top shelf that we've gone through right now. So I thought maybe we should get on the ground, because my last shelf isn't as pretty. This yarn has been before it's been on the ground. Look. It was stored quite pretty in my shelf, but this drawer is not. Let's go through it together. So we are back. My chair is with us. So what I've done with my shelf is I have all of my pretty yarn up top, and then in the bottom drawer, it's not a drawer, but I don't speak English, it's not my first language, be kind. In there, anyway, I keep like my not so pretty yarn or things I've caked up, or I also just throw in the yarn that I'm using at the moment, because that way I can keep my shelves that's visible pretty. So what I have in there is actually 2 sock sets. If you've seen my videos before, you might recognize this. I tried to crochet something for my grandma with this. It was supposed to be a scarf. It kind of turned into a thong. It was not a good thing. So I frogged this. It is teeny button sock in the color Miss Patty's Ballet School. So I will make another pair of socks with this. My brother came into the kitchen and made a lot of sound, but yeah, I will make another pair of socks with this. So the next pair of socks I'll make is going to be from this, because I do know that you don't want to keep yarn and cakes for long, because it stretches the yarn and everything. So before I wind up any of the new skeins, I'll use this for my next pair of socks. And I also have this one. This is from, I don't remember, sorry. It's not from any of it was a single skein that I got from an entirely different brand of another indie dyer. I think it's Autumn and Indigo, maybe. It's this really pretty brown one. And I don't remember what I think I was planning on making a baby knit with this, and then I realized after hanging it up, I didn't have enough. So it's just been laying. So this is probably going to be for the tattoo artists I'm making a pair of socks with. Yeah. Other cakes I have. This is, I've told you that I did have the sweater number 1 incident. While unwinding that, I will not lie, I've thrown, oh my god, I'm just so popular today. Swedish break. Hallå? Hej. Har de Harry Styles skivor på Ullared? Åh. Den översta är den Harry's House. Ja, jag tänkte fråga dig en dag om ni kunde kolla efter det, men jag tänkte inte att de skulle ha den så snart. Harry's House. Harry, hello, watermelon sugar, hi. Ja, tack så mycket. Ja men bra då. Tackar. Hello. Can you tell I'm an introvert? It's so uncomfortable. I'm sorry. That was important. Way more important than you guys. Sorry. But yeah, So I had the sweater number 1 incident, and then I also tried to unravel my dad's anchor sweater to sell the yarn. I managed to unravel 1 sleeve. The rest became knots as well. So that was extremely bad. So I've thrown away 2 sweaters this month, but while I'm just happy that I've done, because this is another project that I've frogged a lot of things. Also the holiday slipover, by the way, if you remember the white one, but the yarn was yellow. I did that yesterday, I think, and I sold the yarn for it. Earlier, I've been the one to just completely, if things doesn't work out, I kind of frog it or just put it away to be frogged. But these past couple of weeks, I've been doing a lot of things like weaving in ends, sewing in labels, yeah, done a lot of frogging. And this is one of the success frogs, and this is, what had I made with this? Help me guys, I've told you before. Right, this used to be a crochet sweater that I made right after I quit my job this fall. And I decided to unravel this when it was a Saturday. I remember that now. And it took me an entire day. Because this drops air mixed with mohair, so it's extremely fluffy. And you can tell the yarn is way thinner now. Because it's been washed and stretched, but it's fine. What I'm planning on making with this is a holiday slipover for my aunt. Because I do have already a holiday slipover in this exact yarn color that I made with yarn that was left over from my, can you tell I'm so happy about the Harry Styles record? I'm not a Harry Styles fan, but recently, dude, wow. I made a holiday slipover in this exact color because I had yarn left over from this crochet sweater. So I don't need another one for myself. Also because I don't enjoy the fit of the holiday slipover. But I do kind of want to make one for myself because the one that I do have it right here. Should I show you? I'm going to show you. I made it this fall. The thing that's messed up is the neckline here. Whoa. Yeah. So I kind of want to make one just to see the difference. Because it's very pretty like this. I just don't think it looks very great on me. But I think what I'll do is I'll make another one and we can I could make a video of that and we could compare it to this one and see how far we've gotten. And the reason, if you remember, I made a purple Friday slipover for my aunt. And she's receded and everything is great, but her daughter wears it all the time, so she doesn't even get to wear it. And it's fun because her daughter is, my cousin, is like a cool teenager. I'm old now. And she wears it a lot and it's stylish, so that means I have style. So yeah, I just like to make, I have this yarn left over, so making her a new one that she can wear would be nice. Or I'll make a holiday slipover for my cousin so she can get the, I don't know, we'll see. Another cake I have is this one. This yarn is this yarn. Look, I don't want to say anything bad about Hobby because last summer I found Hobby and I love them. I loved them up until this fall when I started to get into natural fibers. Now I just feel like they're quite overpriced for the yarn that they have, and I've always wondered, I have the same feeling about drops. I don't think it's bad to buy from them at all. I think I'm just blaming myself because I feel like I have a channel here and I post things and I just really, I've said, if you've watched Knits by Mandy and Penrose Knits, they made unpopular opinions and I've commented on both of them with the same answer, and it was that creativity is more important than sustainability. And I've also talked to Kalila a lot about this. You know, people who bash others for using acrylic, and I think it's important to talk about how bad it is for the environment. But then again, just like buying a lot of nice natural wool and then just keeping it in my stash isn't good for the environment either. I just don't want to come out, I don't want to like show off Hobby yarns, because, so yeah, my issue with them is I feel like they're quite overpriced for the yarns that they have. I don't want to say, I could be wrong. I also just feel like every time I try to look for something, I Google, hey Google, sorry, I don't have one of those. If I Google like Sannes garn, tynn silk mohair, sale, the only result that I get at the top is just hobby commercial. So I see them everywhere. So I think I'm just tired of that. They do put a lot of energy into their commercial and things. I'm good on them. There's this woman that works there that I emailed this summer. I completely forgot her name now, but she has live streams with hobby, and I love them. But I just feel like recently I don't want to buy from them. But for the reason why I bought this 8/6 cotton, if you can read that, is because I signed up for test knit this month. It was a crochet top, so I needed this much yarn because yeah, crochet takes up a lot of yarn, but I ended up not being able to continue with that test knit for a couple of reasons. So now I have all of this yarn, and just okay, so I feel guilty because I want to get to a point where I can buy like only nice hand-dyed yarns and good yarns for the environment. Because while I think creativity comes first, like if I don't have a lot of money and I spend it on hobby cotton to make something, I should be able to do that. But also so even though I say that, I am a very like, since I was a kid, the environment and being as sustainable as possible is very, very, very important to me, and I do a lot of things in my life for that to happen. So I guess I just feel guilty when I see all of these amazing people being so sustainable in their yarn, with the yarn that they have, and then I don't do that. I guess I just feel guilty, and I don't want to say that either, because I don't want anyone watching this who buys yarn like this to think that they're a bad person. This is like a completely different subject that I shouldn't talk about, but yeah, so I just don't want you to think that I'm like, I don't want to say that I don't endorse hobby, because I know nothing about them, but yeah, I have this yarn, and I've done a swatch with it. I could make a Colette tee, another one, with this, but I had to use a 3mm needle to get gauge. I usually have to go up in size, but I made a swatch, and I don't look forward to using 3mm needles. So I don't know what to make with this, and when I went into Ravelry and searched for this yarn, I didn't find any pattern ideas. So what did my swatch say? I think I got 20 stitches with this. 21 stitches engaged. So if you have an idea for a pattern, I don't have to use up all of this. I love to sell it to someone who gets better use out of this, but I do want to make some of it, because as I said, I don't want to be buying more yarn, and I have all of this cotton yarn in my stash for the summer, so it would be nice to use it. I'm so sorry about that little rant. I hope that was okay. I just kind of wanted to say it. But yeah, lastly now, I don't want to get into this yarn too much, because I want to talk about it in the podcast, because it's kind of a whip that I'm going to frog after my podcast. But yeah, I did buy yarn for a festival sweater. The yarn was, I bought like a beige and a black, but again, it's drops merino, and as I've said on the Scanius website, I don't want to come across as a Karen. Like, I don't, just like saying like I don't like the color, I feel like a Karen, but no, it's not their fault. Obviously yarn looks different everywhere, but this is way more gray, and I am not a gray person. I find knitting with it quite boring, and then again, I find knitting with white yarn and black yarn quite boring as well, but I do enjoy wearing it. I never wear gray things. I think it looks great on others, but I don't like it on me. I wish I liked it, because people look so good in gray, but yeah, I think I look better in like beige brown neutrals. So I received this anyway. So I was quite sad because I had envisioned this festival sweater that I was gonna make with this like light beige yarn and black stripes, and then I got it and it wasn't that. I did start my festival sweater, and yeah, I'm not happy about it, so I'm gonna frog it. So now I have this yarn left over. So this is like, I bought this instead of the double Sunday because it was just ridiculously expensive. I understand why double Sunday is expensive, but I just don't have the funds for it at the moment. So yeah. What I'm thinking I'll be making with this, I have a couple of alternatives, but I do need a sweater this summer. I have a lot of sweaters. Yesterday, another thing I did was organize I got this thing a couple of days ago at IKEA. A couple of days ago, more like weeks, where it's perfect under my bed. And it's been filled to the brim with my knit clothes. But yesterday I decided to, I bought another big bag and I put all of my sweaters in there because I have mohair in, I think, all of my sweaters. So they're just too warm to wear at the moment. So right now I put them away and they're gonna come back in when it's fall time. But it's cold. It's still cold and it's gonna be cold during the summer as well. Just sitting in the car or at home at night. So I need a sweater to make. And since I won't be buying any more yarn, I could make something with this. But I don't want to make a festival sweater with this yarn. But what I'm thinking, I've written down some things that I could make with this yarn instead. I have 2, 4, 6. I think I have 10 or 11. I have another skein in my yarn bowl since I haven't frogged my festival sweater yet. I'm just gonna do some math for you to see how much I have. So that's about 1,250 meters, maybe less, that I have to work with. I'm thinking of I could make a Marseille sweater with less stripes because I have 100 grams of these, but the Marseille sweater says to use 150 grams for the stripes for a size medium, size large. And honestly, I don't think this looks that great together. I don't. So then I was thinking of the Stockholm sweater, because the Stockholm sweater and the Oslo sweater is used with 2 strands of mohair, I think, which is a DK weight. And this yarn is a DK, so I could make one of those with this. But then I started thinking that I have a lot of patterns as well, and there's a lot of patterns that I haven't used yet that I'd rather use than buying new ones again. So then I thought about a pattern that Kalila gifted me in the beginning of the year, which is the It's Not a Sweatshirt pattern by Knitting for Olive. When she first sent it to me, I was so confused reading through it, and then she sent me a new version of the pattern because she was confused as well, so she emailed Knitting for Olive, and it was like the old pattern that had wrong numbers, so she sent the new one to me. And it does make a little bit more sense. It has German short rows, and now I feel quite confident in my German short rows, so I could very much make that. The thing about that sweater is though, it's quite long and quite not tight fitting, but I do like my sweaters. Like my Sunday sweater is the perfect fit for me because it has these long sleeves. And I really love the balloon sleeves on the Sunday. So I think I'll make It's Not a Sweatshirt, but I think I might cast on an XL size to get it like really oversized and nice, and then just not crop it, but make it significantly shorter, like to my belly button or something. We'll see, but I think that's what I'm gonna make with this yarn instead. And then this, I don't know, it's double Sunday. Could I make maybe a Sunday balaclava? I could maybe make like a pair of baby socks. I think I'm just gonna keep onto this and then maybe make something when I buy yarn later on. Make something out of this because I feel like black color lots isn't that different. Or I'll just buy more beige of this and then use the black yarn for a future festival sweater. We'll see. Okay, so my floor is absolute chaos. That's all the yarn that I have. I do have some yarn that I've just decided to not show, like the acrylic yarn from the holiday slipover, because I'll be selling that yarn later this month. But yeah, this video, I'm just not gonna organize my stash with you guys because it's gonna take a while and I really need to pee. I had a lot of fun filming this. It's really a lot of fun to talk about yarn. I'm just gonna check if there's anything I want you guys to tell me with this video. Yeah, with the Noro yarn, if you have an idea for maybe like a night, I really don't want to have any leftovers from that. It has 600 meters, so I could I think the Vegas top would be really nice to make with it. But if you have another tank top, any idea of that? I have more yarn. I have more yarn, guys. I bought this a couple of days. Okay, I have news as well. Okay, wow, wait. It was a good thing that I forgot, because now I can end this video with an announcement that I'm very happy to tell you guys about. It has nothing to do with you. It's not like, oh guys, I'm gonna give you $1 million. It's not that. It's just an accomplishment for me, and I've just been waiting to tell you guys. So I bought the yarn that's in here at work. Anna, if you see this, I stole a sticker and a bag just so I could show off pretty in this video. I did not stamp it very well, but here you can see where I work. I told you guys in a video earlier this year that I was looking for an apartment and things didn't work out, and I felt quite sad about it, and I've lived in this small little town for, how old am I? 21 for 21 years, and of course I want to get away from this small town. Doesn't everyone kind of want to move away for a while or for life? So I was just sad when this apartment thing didn't work out, and then I got home and I've been looking at like jobs at yarn stores and things, but it isn't out there. And then I saw that my local yarn store, which is my favorite yarn store, it's so pretty, and I followed them on Instagram for a while, and I saw that she posted that they're looking for an employee, and it kind of just felt like a little sign. I'm quite funny with that. I think that everything is a sign from the universe. But yeah, just, you know, like I was so sad. Why didn't I get this apartment? Why am I not moving away? And then this job that I really wanted, where I live now, came up. But yeah, I've told you guys this before. I think I went to an interview in March, and then I've been up there and just like talked with her and seen how everything works. And then a while back, maybe 1 week, 2 weeks ago, I don't remember, I signed the papers and I now work at 60 Nord. And I just want to say, she celebrated 5 years since Anna opened the store last week, I think. And I met Pernilla that works there. Super, super nice. And I also met, when I left in my resume, Lotta. She's also really nice. But I've mostly talked to Anna, the owner. And let me just tell you, you can just tell from who she is that she's one of the kindest person in this world. She's amazing and so kind. And coming from working in restaurants, and nothing wrong about my previous bosses at all, but just the energy and the tempo has been quite different. So I expected her to be like, go, go, run, run, pick up the yarn, pick up. I don't know why. But I immediately got into this, like, I need to be efficient at this job. But she has been so kind, so calm, and just, even just like going up to the interview. And the reason why I'm telling you guys this, not only to tell you, because I asked you guys when I saw the Instagram post that she was searching for employees, I told you guys to manifest with me, and then I mentioned it in a video. Funny 60 So I just want to thank you guys because you have been, you manifested this for me. So thank you. And I also got 2 questions when I asked you earlier to like, if you have a question, let me know. 2 questions asking me if I got the job or if I could tell you more about it. So that's also why I'm doing this now. But yeah, she's amazing. She just got a new website celebrating 5 years. Where she talk, if you talk Swedish, I would really recommend you to go in there because she carries knitting for Olive, so it's very easy to buy from there online if you're looking for that, and a bunch of other nice yarns. And she's just very into this environmental. So how do I say this? I'm losing my English just thinking about Swedish. Just her mindset about, maybe I should try to translate from the website what I'm trying to say at the moment. Sustainability and handwork, fiber arts, it takes time, and I put a lot of energy into finding traceable products, because changing, I'm not a translator. I won't be able to translate all of this, I just realized. But at the end, she talks a lot on this website about just having sustainable yarns, talking about the history of knitting and about the work that women has done with knitting. She also carries clothes. This is not some type of like commercial just because I work there. I love the store so much, and I've gotten jobs like at a cafe that I truly loved, and then I got the job and it was not that nice, and then so I was quite worried about it happening. But I've only worked 5 times but it's been amazing, and I would really like, I'll show you guys the yarn soon, I promise. I would really like to film in there, not only in there because the store is in this old house that used to be, I'll write it in English here, it's spinnery, that when I was young there was nothing there. I remember it being a cafe there for a while, but I never went in there for some reason. And it has just been this old like rundown building, but now there's a lot of cute stores. The neighboring stores are so sweet, the cafe, people who work in the cafe as well. So I just like love to, because since the beginning, when I remember posting on my Instagram when I had like 20 followers that I'd love to start a YouTube channel and specifically take you guys with me while driving to different yarn stores. That's what I wanted to do from the beginning. So I'm drinking my coffee and I just wanted to say something. I have this dream where I moved to an island called Öland, and it's not possible at all, but I'm dreaming big, okay? And when I move there, I'm gonna have this apartment and I'm gonna knit a lot and I'm gonna start a YouTube channel and vlog and all that shit. But I can't do that right now because I have people around me that I know will make fun of me. So that's why I haven't done it. But I'm getting to a point where I do this almost every day now, where I go on road trips, I visit yarn stores, and it's very therapeutic to me. And I kind of want to do these car vlogs, like put up a tripod or something and take you with me. I'm just so scared to do it. And now when it's summer and it's very pretty everywhere, I really want to make a series called Swedish Yarn Stores, because I'm going to Malmö, the south of Sweden, and I'd love to go into yarn stores and film what's available there. And then of course yarn stores in Gothenburg where I live, and then I also am going to Stockholm this summer to be with my best friend who lives there. And I just love to make like a series, Swedish yarn stores, where I take you guys around and show you. And I feel like since I work there and I live very close by, I could like go up and really film there and show you how pretty it is all around and talk about the history, and then also show you other places, yarn stores that, yeah. So let me know if you're into that, just so like if you're going to Scandinavia to visit yarn stores, you could go to that video and then like, oh, I want to go there. Or if you're from Sweden, maybe you'll find out about yarn stores that isn't available. But yeah, this, I've already bought a lot of things from work, because while being there helps me not buy things, because other people buy things and I live my life through them. Sorry, it's Harry Styles again. But I haven't bought yarn. I've bought, like, we have a lot of petite knit things in there, so I bought notepads and things. But last time I worked, this yarn was there, and a family member came up to the store and bought Pure Silk by Knitted for Olive, and I was so jealous of that. So while my workday was ending, I saw 3 skeins of one of my favorite Knitting for Olive colors. We only had 3 skeins left, so I had to buy this. I really thought I was going to end the video 10 minutes ago, but now we've talked about this and we're going into another summer pattern. This is great though, because I really need your guys' help with this. The family member, they came up and bought 5 skeins of Pure Silk, bought it in pink to make the Cumulus top. Not the tank top, but like the blouse version, but with Pure Silk. I'll show you a picture. Then we have 3 of these in the color Putty. 2 are in the same color lot, the other one isn't, but the difference is not a lot. So I was planning on making the Cumulus top, the tank top, with this. But now that I've spent so much time on Ravelry, I realized that I've been looking at the Cumulus top, because I haven't bought the pattern yet. And I don't know if it would fit me that well. I have I didn't measure my bust measurement until like 2 months ago. And when I did, I was laying down in bed with a thick sweater and it was 100 centimeters. Now I've done it correctly and I am a 95 centimeter bust. Which is not huge, but it's something. So I just feel like the Cumulus top, most of the pictures that I've seen are on people who have quite a small chest and it looks really cute on them. But the reason I would make a tank top is to wear it over a t-shirt, because I think I've told you before, but I have a lot of insecurities about my arms. I used to be, I don't want to say a weight number, but I used to be way bigger than I am now, and I've lost a lot of weight. So I do have some loose skin and stretch marks on my arms, and that doesn't matter, but still I am very self-conscious about it, so I don't feel that comfortable wearing just tank tops. So I usually wear it over a t-shirt, and basically I feel like the Cumulus top would sit quite strangely over my chest, because it's quite a deep V, and I don't know, I just feel like it will flare out. I don't know if it'll look good. So I'm kind of changing my mind about that. So the reason I'm telling you guys this is because if you have a bigger chest, like around 95 centimeters, and you've made the Cumulus top, please let me know what you thought about it and if I'm just like imagining things. But maybe I've also thought about, if I don't do that one, I could make the olive top by Knitting for Olive. That has 3 skeins of yarn, and that one is more like loose. I think that'll be really pretty, like over a dress or over a t-shirt. But I don't know if that's like very difficult. And with the Knitting for Olive pattern, the sweater pattern, I just feel like they won't hold my hand through it. They have quite not difficult patterns, but maybe I've never done one. But I don't know, I'm just kind of nervous about doing that difficult stitch pattern. So if you made the olive top, let me know if it's easy and if you think I could handle it. So I could either make that with this Pure Silk, or I could also make camisoles by My Favorite Things Knitwear. She has 2. I'll put up the pictures of the ones I could use with the yarn. But it's the same thing with those. I do have to wear a bra very often, and most of the times I wear sports bras because they're way more comfortable. So with the Cumulus top, if I make it and I don't wear it over a t-shirt, I don't know what kind of bra I could wear with that, because the straps are so tiny. And the same with the Cumulus things, I don't know what bra to wear with them, and I don't know if they would look good over a t-shirt. So I really want to make this summer because it's beautiful yarn, but at the same time I kind of want to keep it on the shelf because it's so pretty. So yeah, maybe the olive top, but yeah, let me know if you would like, no, I know the perfect tank top she should make, or no, you can make the olive top, it's not that difficult. Just let me know what you think I should make. So yeah, this was this kind of chaotic video, but I'm very happy at the moment because I have a Harry Styles vinyl record coming home tonight. Amazing. I have a lot of work to get through, going through these this yarn, but it's nice to share this with you guys because I spent 2 weeks just thinking about projects and changing my mind and almost buying more yarn. So it's nice talking to you guys, and now you have an obligation, babes. You have to if you could just like send me a message a day, like, remember, don't be mean, but like, hey, you haven't bought yarn today, have you? That would be highly appreciated. Because imagine at the end of the summer, if I've managed to get rid of most of my stash, I'll be so happy. Thank you for following along. If you watched this thinking you would get a lot of ideas for summer patterns, you probably didn't, but I do have a bundle on my Ravelry where I've saved 40 patterns something of patterns that I'd really like to make. I am quite picky with the summer knits. There's a lot of them, but not a lot of them that I would like for myself. But if you have around like the same style as me, I would go into that bundle that I have and just check it out. But thank you for watching. Mwah! Alexandra Skarn on Instagram and Ravelry. And I'm just gonna end this with a quick little message. I've been watching a lot of English podcasts recently, and you guys have some trouble saying the word gone. Yarn. Gone. Sunless gone. Alexandra's gone. Gone means yarn, as you might know. And Kalina, I'm looking at you. A lot of people say garn. Garn, right? Or garn, as Kalina. I'm just gonna make it simple for you guys. I understand being difficult. You basically don't pronounce the R at all. Alexandra's gone. Almost like G-A-N, gone. Gone. Sunless gone. Try that if you're having difficulties. No? Okay. I should end the video. Help! I don't know what it... I may be lying to you. I don't know what it is in Norwegian and Danish. I'm just gonna Google Translate. In Norwegian, it's...
Gone. Gone.
Ew. Can you hear that?
Gone.
Gone. Okay, so yeah, I was basically right. She sounds very aggressive. This is Danish.
Gone.
Gone. Danish people, you have changed my life. You have all these amazing patterns, but honestly, what the hell are you doing? Gone. So yeah, in Danish you kind of pronounce the R.
Gone.
That's so ugly. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, if you want to say it in Swedish, say gone.
Biden wake up.
Sorry. Gone. Alexandra's gone. Sun is gone. Petite Nick, yeah. Bye. Ew. Bye.